Hello and welcome all to the 51st part of the series on self exploration. Completed half century, a long more to go. Joining the dots, contemplating, comprehending, and sharing it with you all raw. All that sounds great is the grace of all those who have blessed me. And all that sounds not so great is my limitation. So let's get going. We are going to talk about great teachers. Two back-to-back incidences flashed up in my mind. The first one, take one, way back in the 13th century when our most revered saint, Sant Jnaneshwar, was active. He and his brothers and sister Mukta were put into a lot of injustice under the norms of society. Still, he had held himself and they were leading a very peaceful and a quiet life. But the villagers used to talk about them, not leave a single chance to insult them, and never cooperated, never understood them. Finally, Nanu was a child too. Once, full of agony and pain, he came to their cottage, flared up, disturbed, and in that rage he locked himself inside the cottage. And he refused to open the door. He was really sorry on that day. Mukta, still very young, the youngest sister, banged the door and called on her Jnanu Dada, sobbing badly several times. Dada ugad na dar, Dada ugad na dar. No, but Jnanu was in no mood to listen that day. The world had given him a very deep sorrow. And Mukta started persuading her most beloved Dada. She said, Jnanu, योगी पावन मनाचा साही अपराध जनाचा. A saint, a revered, is full of bliss in his mind and he takes in stride all the world's nonsense. विश्व रागे झाले वन्नी, संत सुखे व्हावे पाणी. The whole world is built like a fire, then a saint should become a water and extinguish the fire very easily. Shabda Shastri झाले क्लेश. Someone speaks to you very insulting, humiliating, and their words give us deep agony. They give us deep hurts. But saints are not supposed to get hurt. Santi manava upadesha. Chinta krodh mage sara, tati ugada Jnaneshwara. Leave aside all worries, my dear bro. Leave aside all the wrath, my dear bro. Don't get pained, don't get agonized. The world is like that only. The world is like that only. Open the door, open the doors of your heart. Don't shut yourselves like this, my dear bro. योगी पावन मनाचा साही अपराध जनाचा. विश्व रागे झाले वन्नी, संत सुखे व्हावे पाणी. शब्द शस्त्री झाले क्लेश, संती मानावा उपदेश. चिंता क्रोध मागे सारा, ताटी उघडा ज्ञानेश्वरा, ताटी उघडा ज्ञानेश्वरा. Close Do not close the door. Open the door. Open the door, my dear bro. Such a small girl, in her very soft and sweet tone, is trying her best to convince Nano. After a while, Nano's hurt had gone. Such a sweet voice coming, and he melted. But still now he did not open the door. Why? Because a new door was opening. A new door was opening. His shut door was unlocking Mukta's divinity. It was unlocking Mukta's poetic abilities, and her verses were coming out, her words were flowing. The pearls of her wisdom that she has sung in persuading Nano is an everlasting guidance to the seekers till today. These are known as Tati se Abhanga. Tati is closed door, and Abhanga something that never breaks. These are the everlasting words that lit the world even today. Had Nano opened the door soon, Mukta's potential would never surf up. Finally, after some time, he opened the door, cuddled little Mukta in his arms, and fondly asked her, "Kadi ka shiklis evda sagda? When did you learn all this? My little sister, you're so young, you're so sweet." दादा तूच तर शिकवलंस. येता जाता माझा ज्ञानू दादा कधी कुठे कसं शिकवून जातो ना कळत पण नाही. माझं काहीच नाही यातलं. जे तू बोललास ना तेच मी बोलले. जे तू सगळ्यांना सांगतोस ना तेच मी सांगते. It is you who has imparted all this to me. It's not mine, it's yours. I've just said it. These are your words. Mukta was so humble, so casual. She didn't know what she had created. She didn't know what she had created. This is the power of a good teacher. Eventually, Nanoda renounced the world shortly after asking Pasayadhan for the world, blessings for the world. Let everybody be happy. Let everybody accomplish the ultimate truth. This is what Jnaneshwar asked to the Almighty for the world that gave nothing but pain to these four sweet children. Jnanoba renounced the world. Mukta followed suit in a little while. Their divine lives even ended divinely. Take two on great teachers. Fast forward to 2013. Movie Bhag Milkha Bhag. That is how I got to know about Milkha Singh. Milkha Singh lost at Olympics at Melbourne in 1956 due to his negligence. It hurt him very deeply, and in that repentance he swore to break the world record of 45.90 seconds. Yes, he swore in for that. And his coach Ranveer Singh back to India started his tough training. Commando, more than commando. Running for long hours. Running on slopes, climbing up, running in snow, where his feet got frozen, but still Ranveer made him run. running with heavy loads tied on his legs. In snow, at one point, Milkha falls down, tired to death, sweating, dehydrated. His throat is dry, he's sweating, his feet are bleeding, his nose is bleeding, and he literally faints and falls down on the snow. In the movie theater, everybody's heart melts. Such a cruel, such a cruel coach he is. Are he will die. Are he will die. Stop this all. Was the feeling all the audience gathered looking at this. This was only a movie. We can imagine how it must have been real. Anyone would mercy him. Anyone would mercy him. But his coach, forget mercying, he humiliates him, talks to him harshly, accuses him for being good for nothing. बोल बच्चे, बस यूं ही बोल दिया, रिकॉर्ड ब्रेक करेगा, कुछ कर तो नहीं रहा है. Stimulates, reminds him of the swear he has taken. Milkha literally picks himself up from those ashes, springs up, again runs, and finally breaks the world record. Realizes the promise he has taken. 45.80 seconds. Had his coach shown mercy for him at that point, Milkha would never ever reach this height. Bottom line, coaches are never cruel. The toughest trainers are the kindest people at heart. They just take this mask and imagine how difficult it must be for them to take this mask for their beloved students who are more than their children, who are more than the throb of their heart, to take such a difficult stand. नारळ वरुता कठीण परी अंतरी जीवन. A coconut looks hard from outside, but it is full of water. It is full of water. Toughest teachers are idols of spirit. They are the idols of spirit. They are personified dedication. They have lived a dedicated life and they can go to any extents to mold their students to same dedication for success. These living legends are like towers of inspiration. With a moment of warmth and a glimpse of appreciation, they will give tight shots, they will give tough training, but they can kindle little hearts around with a moment of warmth, a pat on the back, a glimpse of appreciation, and they lit the seekers with fire of inspiration. Nyanu made Mukta Singh Tati se abhang. Ranveer Singh made Milkha win the race, break the record. And in turn, what did Mukta and Milkha Singh have for their teachers? Nothing but gratitude and a lot of motivation. That is the power of great teachers. Stay tuned. Thank you for joining in. We will explore some such beautiful ideas. Bye.